Alright, so we'll just go give this an armor, go chameleon again. Might as well throw down our Peller at this point and purify one of these coin things off. And with this 50-something point advantage here, we should be fine. 61 points. Like, even Igni's not gonna... Like I said, Igni's not gonna cut it. And then we've got our Dusk aspect here, which will play for, like, another 20. And that'll be a GG. We just need to actually see him play his cards. Today we're going to be playing a Harmony deck. And I'm going to start this off by saying if you want a better deck, just play Renfri and Renfri's gang and cut out some of the special cards here. However, I don't like Renfri because she's everywhere and I don't like mirror matches. So we're not going to be doing that. That out of the way, let's talk about what we are doing here. Well, this is Call of Harmony. The main combo with Call of Harmony Leader, you have two options, which make it pretty good in my opinion. You can play it with Mysteries of the Loch Fan, so you can finish it faster, and you can do a bunch of points in one turn. Or you can play it with Water of Broccolon and get 3 engines out and 19 points in one turn as well, which is very good. So these are the engine options you have for it. Usually I prefer playing with water, but you can use it with a scenario as well. We'll probably end up doing both in this video. As far as the rest of the deck, we have Onomancy to find our cards. I eventually gave in and did do Zoltan Monroe and the two Dwarven Chariots. It's just too many points and we need the tempo round one. You could trade these out for something else, but I think you really want them to make the deck good. So we ended up going with those. I wasn't running them before, just to try it out, and we definitely do better with them in the deck. On top of that, we are running Heatwave. We have Heatwave, double Peller, just for Purify, and then the one Squirrel. This is to help us with the Sir Scratch-a-Lot deck. You really need these cards for Sir Scratch-a-Lot, and if they do go first and get the leader ability, or the, what's the stratagem called? You know what I'm talking about, the Urn of Shadows, that one, that's what's called. The Urn of Shadows makes it a lot harder, but you can win that matchup, but in order to do it, you need to Heatwave the Arrakis Queen usually, and also Squirrel one of the Scratch-a-Lots, slash a Defender. If they get their full thing off, like if they have Defender, Queen, and Scratch-a-Lot, obviously you're not going to win. Even if they have 2 or 3 Sir Scratch-a-Lots, usually you're not going to win, which is really annoying, but I couldn't also fit Vigo's Muzzle in here. So this helps us sometimes. If they don't have a great hand, they don't always have the Cave Troll, you can Heatwave the Arrakis Queen if they're really bad. If they're not bad, you're going to lose the game usually, which is unfortunate, but what are you going to do? As far as the rest of the deck here, we've got the Dusk aspect for Point Slam. We've got the Ida. This could be one of the lock cards, so this could be either Ciaran or Morin. If you want to go with one of the lock cards, that's a good choice here as well. I just went with the Ida for a bit more Purify, and she's an elf, which we don't have many elves in the deck. So Ciaran would be the better choice of the two the two locks here. So this would be good as Ciaran as well. I just want to try Ida out because we never really use Ida. See if we have 3 Purifies. We just really want to be able to Purify Defender here. And also against stuff that have a lot of locks, we want to be able to Purify our cards. So Purifiers are really useful here. But that being said, it might be better overall if this was a Ciaran, but we're going to try out Ida for now. See how we feel about it. So we do have that Heatwave. Then we have Percival. He's going to be a good entry card for us for sure. 2 Antharians, by the way, one of the best artworks for sure. And we've got some cards to fill in for the Harmony stuff, to trigger things. Cat Witchers trigger stuff. The Chariots are here to trigger stuff, and for the Monroe, we threw in 1 Hawk. This could be the Elf. Half-Elf Smuggler, or Hunter rather. Because we are short on elves, we just have the Ida, and then that's it. But I ran a trained Hawk for a bit of movement control, help against stuff like Keltalus. Help move Rolock things like Keltalus, or you can move Defenders with this. So that's the idea here. We're running 2 Fledglings, 2 Pellers, 2 Berserkers, Squirrel, and Chameleon. Against very greedy decks with very long rounds, for example, the Sir Scratch-a-Lot deck, the Chameleon's a really key card, so it kind of has to live there, but if they don't kill it, it's a ton of points. So that's the deck. It's not too complicated. Like I said, the only thing I really might change is this Ida for a lock card. Other than that, though, I think this is a deck I've been using a lot lately, so we're going to use it. And last mention here, we are running the Onstage Saber. And the reason for this is, like I said, we only have the one elf, Ida. So round 1, you can use this to proc your harmonies again, because we're not going to trigger it with the elves. But yeah, let's see how it does. Should be. I've played a lot of games with this deck. It's pretty good overall. Alright, first game here. I didn't quite turn the recording software on in time to see the mulligans, but you know what? We don't really care that much about that. So this is going to be a Saskia Commander Renfri deck. This is pretty common nowadays. I've seen a few. If you want to play Harmony and you want to win, what he's running is probably a little bit better overall. You have control from the leader with Guerilla tactics. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a Milva in here either. Sometimes they have Milva, sometimes they don't. But he didn't play it yet, so we'll see. We'll need to match this with the Monroe to get enough tempo to keep up. But yeah, his deck I think is slightly better overall. It has control from the leader. You get Renfri because Renfri's good. There's the Milva, like I said. Wait a minute, did he do this wrong? Did he math wrong? I mean, that's pretty funny. I was talking about his deck slightly better, but I guess we just killed this. That's pretty good for us that he messed up his Milva. What an interesting way to start the video. Very interesting. Not doing anything too special here, just playing out our armor guys, playing the dwarves. Alright, so Dita armor pinged off of Zoltan Warrior. We can fix that. Put armor here. Put in our Dwarf Berserker. And get this pings going. Let's see if he gets something else from his Saskia Commander. I think he will. So go with a leader. 2 leaders. Skillfully using his leader abilities at the correct time, round 1. Allow him to play Renfri. We're gonna have to pass here. Let's see what round 2 brings. Obviously, we are down quite a lot here because he's gonna have Renfri. That's like Renfri's about 30 points on average, and we're gonna have to play scenario if he Renfri's. Then we can have water for round 3, and it's not the end of the world. So I think we'll just throw it down here. It's a 15-point play. You can see we have 7 different Scoia'tael units. Getting a 7 on this guy. Could try and fit in another one. There's the Renfri. I think we will go just Sloth. That's interesting. He must be missing a key card. Not really sure what he's missing. Maybe Igni? We'll see. So go for the Antharian. So he's pressuring us here. We don't have Ownermancy, which is how we kind of answer most of these pressures. And try and overload us on engines. So I think we will leader here. We'll leader with our gnome guy and do the scenario trigger. Probably. Or we can go Antharian first. Let's go Antharian first. He's committed to the round. So this way we get more points. And if he's committed to the round by playing Renfri, I think we can hold off a little bit. There's his Percival. See if this thing thrive. Percival. See what we can create here. These are all bad. Do we have a Dryad in our hand? I don't think so. Yeah, so I guess that's the best one. We go with the Order. I have a Dwarf either, though. But then the Dwarf would be worth 2. This is 3. We could maybe get the Order. Got a little bit more harmony than he does. Or she has Zoltan and such. Alright, we will have to go leader this round. The question is, do we play it yet or not? I think we'll try and hold off on it. If he doesn't kill Chameleon, we won't actually need to kill it, or need to use our leader. Okay, maybe with Monroe we do. Probably going to have to now. Not sure why you hit the card that replays itself. Does it accomplish anything? Go here. He wasn't a relic, so we can do this safely. And then we'll replay our Chameleon. And I think we'll play our second Chameleon. Pretty good. Clearly can't kill them, so the Chameleons will carry this round no matter what. Oh, well, he's got his own Chameleon now. But we have more harmony, so our Chameleon's better. Are either of you Witchers? You are, and you're a human. So let's replay this one. So Dwarf, that's good. Play Cat Witcher. Probably not going to do very much value on his own, but we can keep replaying these guys for a whole bunch of points. This is where the deck's really good, is these engine setups. He might just pass here, but we'll be up a card and have a good finisher. I mean, we could just play Ida. We have 2 Chameleons. I'm not sure what he thinks he's bleeding out from our hand. Okay, we've got 1 Chameleon. But still, like, we're fine here. It's a machine. Play Ida. This will be enough points here. Because she is an elf, she'll trigger everything. He triggers everything. That's pretty easy. I'm not sure why he committed Oak there. But we had so much engine value, maybe underestimated our engine value. We'll go to round 3. And we have Dust Aspect for 14. I don't think he has anything left. He's got no leaders or whatever. And we could just go, oh, they're perfect. We drew Water and Onomancy. So this should be a GG here. I don't think he has an answer to Water. And we could just play that first. Honestly, the Door's probably one of the better cards we have left. Throw down Water of Broccolon. And that's the end of the game. Can't match our engine value. GG. Next game here. Up against Onslaught. It's either Voyage or Renfri. Both are pretty common. I lied. It's Voyage and Renfri because he's got 16 cards in his deck. So that's nice to see. You don't need Peller versus this. Don't need Squirrel either. Would like Heatwave. We can with Onomancy if we need to later on. And this should be decent enough. Let's go Chariot. We'll start with the Dwarves here. Just because he's going to be running Discard Package, and Discard Package has good tempo. So we're going to have to match that with tempo. Pretty sure we just do that. Let's just go Percival. Let's play Percival. He didn't play in the discard stuff. Let's trigger this. We don't have much harmony in our hand, just the one Antherian, because I'm not going to play Water this round. So we're not losing out on too much harmony by doing this. That's pretty good. We can transform these points, and first we'll take the damage on his armor. Go Antherian. trigger our Percival. He'll give us Thrive as well. We can go into Monroe here. We also don't have to play Monroe because he hasn't played any discard package tempo yet. We don't have to play Monroe. I think we'll try and hold on to him. We'll just give this dwarf guy a little bit of Thrive and go Chameleon. Chameleon's certainly going to die here. Because I thought it would. He's going to leader it, right? He's going to have to leader it. There it is. Question is, do we play Zoltan and then go Monroe? We still have time to if we want. Let's Ownermancy. Let's get our second Chariot out. The armor will be pretty useful here. It'll trigger our Harmony since it's a new category. And then maybe we could keep Zoltan in our hand and then still use Monroe. Because Zoltan's a really good card overall. Just plays for 14 and then starts pinging every turn. We could really use something like that round 2. Okay, he's going to try and kill off our Burstful or set up an Agony or something. Let's go Monroe. Transform all the ones without Harmony. Give him extra armor. And let's see if he passes. I suspect he might. There it is. We have water and block, so we could go for a big round 2 push. And with a hand like this, I think we want to. It should be very, very strong. It is a lot of a commitment, by the way. This is not like a just throw this out type of thing. But he hasn't thinned his deck at all, and we've drawn all of our good cards. So I think we do want to do this. And we know he's running a 26 card deck, so it's going to be Renfri and Voyage. We do know that, so we want to get rid of the Voyage. The Renfri could be a problem. But what we're going to do here is go for the full trigger. There's the first discard. We want to set up our Harmony at scenario. So here we go. It's at 1 now. So what we do next turn is we do this thing where we get a whole bunch of points in like 10 engines. So, okay, it's not that many. But next turn we just go Water of Broccolon, trigger Leader to proc all of the Harmonies and finish the scenario. We were at 10 points when we started this. Yeah, the dwarf guy's pretty good here, but we had our dwarf in our hand. So we don't have an elf. We do have a artifact though, so this will boost by 3. That's probably the best one because we can't get a death blow. Boost you up. Yeah, that was a 33-point play, which is obviously really big. And now we have too much stuff for Renfri to start controlling. Okay, we might have to heat wave that. I think we will heat wave that. It means we can't heat wave Voyage, but we should be able to match Voyage at this point with our Harmony values. There is the Voyage, like we mentioned, right on cue. We'll throw down this guy. We want to play him first because if he dies, then we can play another one, trigger all the Harmonies again, which is really good. And he does have to overcome 41 points. Not impossible with Renfri, but difficult. So he is going to kill it, which is really good for us, actually. The second one here will just proc everything again. And that is very good. He's down 43. He does have Renfri and the final proc of his leader. And the final trigger on his scenario. So it's not impossible. The Zoltan Warrior is a big play, which should help us out quite a bit here. Let's see what he's going to do. So there's the Cataclysm here. Goes on Warrior. He might lose his ping here, but the tokens might get the armor as well. We'll just kill this. There's no point in hitting the ship because it's going to heal itself. So we'll just do this. And 42 means he can't do it with only Renfri. So he's going to have to play Renfri and use the leader and then have to play his last card, which should be really good for us. And we will see here. He needs a good card in addition to having Renfri. He has not Rune Maged, so he shouldn't get like the best choices here. He's going to play a bronze and draw a unit of his choice. That might get him out of the round, honestly. And we may have overcommitted, because this is going to be bad. So he does have the 10. Okay, that's the passive he chose. Going to kill off not the Cat Witcher for some reason. I'm not sure why he didn't kill that. And this should be a GG, actually. Very nice 2-0. Precision Strike. Interesting. Now, I haven't seen much Precision Strike just because usually they don't run Renfri, and Renfri decks kind of destroy most decks that aren't Renfri decks. So we're going to find out what he's running. It might be some kind of scam deck. I have difficulty imagining it as anything else. It could be a deck teched against the Scoia'tael, because that's a lot of my games. I do have a graph of every deck I've played this season, which we'll share tomorrow. Just open with the lock since he opened with his. We'll see which one's better. Oh, by the way, guys, if you do enjoy the decks here, if you do like the channel, make sure you subscribe. Let you see the other videos when they come out. I like to see the channel growing. Nice to have more people subscribing and joining us here. I always forget to say it. Like, I just forget to say to subscribe, and there's a direct correlation between how many times I say it and how people subscribe on the videos. So, I'm going to say it. Try to say it more. If you don't want to subscribe, that's fine too. But I'll hold it against you. Alright, he's going here. Gonna go bomb us, try and remove some stuff. I knew this was going to happen, so I went with this guy instead of a Chameleon or Antherian or something. Antherian it is. None of these are amazing, but I don't think we have a Dryad left anymore, so Matron's probably the best. Alright, so he's going to try and kill this, I guess. This looks like a Waylay deck, honestly. He might use the 1 leader charge and kill our Matron. He did not, so that's a little weird to me. Let's give this thing Thrive. The Matron's gonna die. Kill off one of these. We don't trigger Harmony this turn because the Antherian's a beast, which means we want to play this guy earlier so we get more Harmony later on if we're considering playing this round more. Let's see what he does. Do lose our Matron for that. Maybe we should have done something a little different. 18's not too bad here because we can threaten him here with Chameleon, because normally he might want to pass here. But if he passes while we have a Chameleon, we're going to have no trouble winning the round. So he has to kill the Chameleon. He can't pass yet. Then we play a second Chameleon, depending on the tempo of his, the card that destroys. If it's like Yavin or something, we'll be a bit behind. Avalok Sage, that is interesting. So that's going to be Mahakam Horn, for sure. Maybe, well, it could be the Crushing Trap. I'm pretty sure that's Mahakam Horn. This is a dwarf, so we can't play Zoltan. So just throw down Cat Witcher. Yep, not Incinerating Trap. Pretty sure this is Horn. I've been seeing a couple people playing Mahakam Horn lately. Someone must have made a video about it. That's how this always goes. If it's Crushing Trap, we messed up the placement of our Cat Witcher. But it's not. It is Mahakam Horn, so... He gets 8. We'll just go Chameleon here for sure. Do we go second Cat Witcher? I think so. No, is that enough points? I think we need Zoltan because he gets 8 from it. So he goes to 50. We need 17. We do need the Zoltan Warrior here. We play our Chameleon. And this will give us round 1. If he's playing traps, we do need to pressure round 2. If he's just playing Horn, then we don't, but I feel like he's not just playing Mahakam Horn. There it is. So we needed a 9-point play other than, or a 7-point play. No, Zoltan pinged twice, so he's 16. Yeah, we needed a 10-point play to secure that round. So the only choice we did have was Zoltan without leadering. Ondermancy gives us Water of Broccolon, and Percival gives us Gnome. We could go Water this round. I like it. I think we will. So we want to force out all that trap stuff if he's running it. And we'll just try and hold on to our Dusk Aspect for round 3. This should be a lot of engines for him to deal with. Okay, honestly, we might have wanted to play the other Dryad Matron first, or the other Dryad Fledgling first, to not give him hints we're doing this. And get another point off of it. But then again, we do want to like push the tempo here. He didn't do any tempo cards, so we'll just throw it down now. But we probably should have gone that one Dryad Matron. I think only Dryad Matron. The one Dryad Fledgling we probably should have played first, honestly. But I wanted to throw down a whole bunch of tempo immediately to force stuff. Dwarfist Gambit. Full traps. Percival does survive Incinerating Trap. He didn't have it. Is this double crushing? It could be Serpent as well. It's actually just double crushing trap. That's fine. We'd rather have Chameleon survive Incinerating Trap, so we're going to play this first. And it does actually end up being an Incinerating Trap. So how much is Eldane? Currently he's what, 15? He gets 1 point a turn. So we'll go Chameleon. Another trap here. We want all these traps to be gone, so the Vernaciel Eldane combo doesn't happen round 3. We do have to watch out for Vernaciel still. Okay, potentially here Eldane is 5 traps, that's 15, 21, he gets him to 33, and if either of these traps spring, yeah, he can win, he can get our points here. I think he's fine winning the round here, so we'll just keep our Dusk Aspect. Like, I don't think he'll have trouble winning the round, so we'll just pass.
Allow me to play you an elven post.
Like, he would be able to win this round, but we'd also he'd be able to win it on even if we played Dusk Aspect. We wouldn't have Dusk Aspect anymore, which is our round 3 finisher. This is overall still good for us, I think. He's running Isengrim instead of the Vernaciel version. He's going to be worse off. We do have our Monroe still, so that's good. Sabertooth. Ooh, that's not great for our Chariot, but actually Chariot's pretty good here. We got 2 guys in the other row, but he might have damage cards or something. So that's probably the Serpent Trap, since we saw him make a copy of that earlier. So we'll try and trigger this here, and we'll kill one of the dwarf tokens. Ooh. Now that's annoying. Very annoying. You got me. I admit you got me. Didn't expect him to be running the Pitfall Trap. He just has every trap in the game in his deck. Well, this is at least good if it's incinerating. It's not. But I think Dusk Aspect will be enough to carry the game here. This is Serpent Trap. If you had Vernaciel instead of that, she plays for 11. Still would have been a good close game.
Not your lucky day.
Overwhelming Hunger. So, I'll be honest here, guys. This deck, if they don't mess up the combo and they're going first, I usually just quit with this deck because we can't match the points. If they mess up the combo or they're going second, it's fine. It's just we can't beat the extra Sir Scratch-a-Lot that they get from this because we can Squirrel and Heat Wave, which helps us answer stuff. But if they have the extra Sir Scratch-a-Lot from the Urn of Shadows, we can't actually do it. There's Sir Scratch-a-Lot. No Cave Troll. We held the Peller in case he had a Cave Troll. So I guess we just play this lady. We'll see if he messes the combo up, otherwise we'll probably leave the game. I know it's not exciting, but we just can't outvalue it. Yeah, so we leave if he doesn't consume here. Which you'd have to be an idiot not to consume. Are you serious? I guess we stay in the game. I guess we stay in the game here. Guys, if you're going to play Sir Scratch-a-Lot, always consume the same turn as you play the Arrakis Queen. We have this scenario to match the points from the Sir Scratch-a-Lot, which is really annoying, but what are you going to do? Like, we still might not even win this. The extra Sir Scratch he gets from the Urn of Shadows is the problem in this matchup, for our deck in particular. If there's no extra Sir Scratch-a-Lot, usually we can manage it with Heat Wave and Squirrel. But as soon as I get that extra one, it just brings too much back. We can't banish enough. Which where Xavier would be better. But again, that's a 6 provision card. We could slot it out for Ida. It wouldn't be a awful choice. Why wouldn't you open Cave Troll? It wouldn't have made a difference because I would have just Pellered it, but this guy is confusing me with his choices. What's he going to do if we play Chameleon? We have the leader to fully trigger this, but that's fine. We can go for a win on even here. We should have enough Thrive that this gets us ahead. Oh, that's right. Never mind. He has the Scratch-a-Lot passive. We don't have a dwarf. We have to play a card still. Somehow we forgot. We'll just go with the Chameleon, I think. Or we can go Ida. No, we don't need the Purify. We'll just go with the Chameleon. Let's go with a win on even in exchange for our leader. And then we can Onomancy, Squirrel, banish the Scratch-a-Lot. And they'll just have the Cave Troll, Scratch-a-Lot, and either that card or the Wild Hunt Hound. Might as well do this. Then you're a gnome. Let's play Ida here. The Vitality gets a few points over time. I completely forgot she'd boost to 8 and Thrive his cards. Be honest. Okay, we're getting into a difficult spot here because we're running out of actual good plays. It's a dragon, so we can play this. But at this point, we're getting it high enough in points that I think he might have trouble. But again, he still has Scratch-a-Lot. He's got like 6 Thrive cards, 7, 8 Thrive cards. He's got 8 Thrive cards. So like he's not that far behind us. He gets 10 points a turn. So that's why he didn't want it. He was going full greed. That's why he didn't want to use the leader right away. You still should. It's like just better. Might as well purify this cave troll with its thrive. Probably should have done that earlier, but I wanted to stay up on even. And there's no point of using this thing's order, the chariot. Ooh, he had a heat wave. Oh, wait a minute. You had a heat wave and didn't heat wave my scenario? Scoia'tael was immune. Oh my goodness. Whatever. Whatever. This guy makes no sense, and he is going to win the round anyway. Yeah, there's no way we win this. So I guess this just comes down to whether or not he plays this round. It's still going to be close, which is our problem here. Xavier would be a huge card. But we only have this squirrel. Ownermancy for squirrel's probably our play if he passes. Well, it's definitely our play if he passes. Looking for the squirrel, actually. And water. Mainly water. Yeah, he's got the one scratch a lot. Then he'll get a Baya or something. Yeah, a Baya, Cave Troll, and the Sir Scratch a lot we don't banish. We can banish the big one, and he'll just get banned with the base 2 back. And we'll get 3 Thrive Engines, which will help a lot, right? We'll get... Oh no, we'll get Monroe. Getting Monroe is really good, honestly. Where's the squirrel? We don't have a guaranteed way to get waters this way, but I think we have to banish this one, not you, this one. I think we have to, otherwise it's too much carryover. And again, I'm not sure why you run a Baya here, because it messes up the Witch's Sabbath. Either this guy is making some kind of experimental deck, he doesn't know what he's doing, or he's doing some combo I'm not aware of. This doesn't make sense. You really want water. Don't get water. That's a kind of a problem, but that's what we get for prioritizing the squirrel over it. We'll see if that was a mistake. We do have the dwarf package, which is really nice at least. That should help. He does have Koshé still, but there's a good chance with Zoltan that we might be able to kill it. So Alyssa, you don't know which is Sabbath played yet, so not too bad. We'll go Monroe. Yeah, if he plays Koshé, we can hit it with Zoltan and hit this Alyssa, and we might be able to kill it. Might. Usually, you have to bring the Sir Scratch back, though. If you bring the Sir Scratch back, we get an extra turn. But you have to bring the Sir Scratch back before you go with the... Oh my goodness. You bring the Sir Scratch back first, so you can trigger it and boost the Koshé and get at least 1 larva. This guy didn't do that, so either he's not holding Witch's Sabbath, or I have no idea what he's doing. If he didn't go for that leader, we would have been guaranteed to kill this Koshé. We do end up getting it anyway, but that was more luck than anything. I'm honestly really confused what's going on here. My guess is he didn't draw his Witch's Sabbath. This like should be a pretty easy GG here then. I have no idea what this guy's playing. I'm just gonna say it. I have no idea what he's doing. Like, it looks like Sir Scratch-Lot, but then you're running stuff like this. I am not sure what's going on. GG. This looks like the Ciaran deck. So while we are missing out on Renfris today, thankfully, I'm so happy there's less Renfris. Because I'm pretty sure it makes for boring videos constantly seeing the same deck on the opponent's team. Go here, and this looks pretty good. We want a Peller. So we want to purify Cave Troll and then Heat Wave the Ciaran. And that should give us a free win. We don't have the Peller, so we have to Ownermancy the Peller once he plays Cave Troll. It's not a great feeling to do that, but I think we have to. That's how we win the game. If it goes to Heat Wave Ciaran, he really doesn't have anything. Good thing for us, by the way, is if he E-War axes, we get Monroe. And he totally did. Yeah, that's a GG. This is actually pretty much just game over. Because this Calculus is getting banished right now. We'll just thank him. Now we won't thank him. Yeah, we will.
Thank you. That was very kind.
So this game's over, right? Like, what's he going to do? I mean, he also pulled out Monroe for us, so you might as well play with the Dwarven Chariot. I mean, I'm pretty sure Zoltan Warrior just kills that and we get our Monroe, so we're gonna do that. This guy's has basically no chance here. Goes Siri. He didn't boost Siri for some reason. I'm really confused why he's still in this game. He's gonna pass. So we open round 2 with Squirrel. Then Witch's Sabbath is a dead card because he has no monsters cards in his graveyard, and that should end the game. There is the Squirrel. That's nice. We don't have to Ownermancy it. Although it probably wasn't worth Ownermancying in the first place because we have water. Yeah, he only has one monsters card. I don't honestly think it matters what's in our hand. So we'll just Squirrel. Let's just play Lock first. He's not going to play Witch's Sabbath here. He only has one monsters card, but we're just going to banish it for later. Oh, he does Heatwave us. Well, you know what, buddy? Play Antharian. And then we'll Squirrel your card next turn. Yeah, we'll just Squirrel it. We could keep going for Harmony stuff, but I mean, what's he gonna do once we Squirrel the last monsters card? Witch's South is just bricked. That did not seem like a good idea.
Very kind.
Thank you. You can leave. This is just kind of a waste of time here. Thank you. GG. GG. It's what happens when Keltos loses their cards. We go into one more deck here. One more game, rather. Well, there's 16 cards in his deck, which means it's a Renfri deck. Spoke too soon earlier about not having a lot of them today. There were a lot before I started recording. I guess we got lucky in the games we picked up here. I know, there's 15 cards. Yeah, no, never mind. He just had a, why did it show 15? It's weird. Or 16. Must be during the redraw. We'll see in a minute what's up there. No, it is 16. Yeah, he was redrawing one of them. So it's Renfri. I'm sure you're all amazingly surprised by this. And I've seen this. It's the reason they do it is because you can have poisons for control, and usually Renfri struggles with control. Same reason you see Guerilla tactics with Harmony nowadays, and Renfri, because it gives you engines, it gives you control. Let's open with the Lock. We're going to need to win this round, and with him having poisons, we just need more engines, because we don't actually have a lot of purifies. We've got 2 in hand, which is actually, 2 in hand is pretty good, but with the 4 Persian card, the failed experiment, he can get way more than we can stop, basically. Maybe he doesn't have it, though.
How about this one?
What's this going to be? Hey, that's not too bad. We'll just go in with the Antharian. Antharian's nice because it gets that +2 boost when you play it, so it usually lives at 7. So he does have the failed experiment. And get poisoned. We're going to lose our Antharian. We could purify with Ida. I I think that's probably the best choice here. Melee is purified. We gotta double check because I messed this up like a week ago. I still remember it. He's gonna keep spending to do this, but it's 3 coins to apply the poison. That's not cheap. And it's essentially 4 coins because he has to use the Gellert. We still have our gnome guy we can use. Percival. Got a fledgling. Yeah, seems okay. Renfri is still a problem. Basically, we need the water plus leader to match Renfri. By match, I mean be 10 less points and hopefully get the energy value to catch up. That's potentially bad, but maybe not. He doesn't seem to have a lot of coin generation, which is our advantage here. We'll do this. Get Percival going. Yeah, Hawker Smuggler is the one we want. Now, he could go with more poisons. He could just go Fistic here for a double poison kill. That would probably be his best play. Let's see if he has it. I guess not, because he wouldn't have leadered if he had Fistic. It would have given him the coins he needed for the orders. There's a morale. Yeah, he doesn't have Fistic. That's good to know. He might be hard for him to get coins done. Comes the little guy. Throwing our fledgling. We're going to lose our Antharian here to poisons. Using all of his leaders up, but that doesn't matter because Renfri means you can do that with no repercussions.
Has no fear of
no tribute. Let's go Chameleon here. I don't mind using leader to win this round, which we'll probably have to if he passes. I don't mind that much. It's obviously suboptimal, but we can't let him win the round and then have a round, like a short round with Renfri at some point. We need to be in control of the rounds. Otherwise, he just plays the 30-point Renfri point slam and we're done. Or you could play it now. Having a leader access here is really dangerous. So we might have to leader Catwitcher and then see if we can keep playing here. We might have to try and force him. Curse of Envy is really good for round 3 for this matchup for him. So that's kind of scary. Oh, he just uses it. Well, then we're out of here. He does get 15 points from Renfri still because he got the 5 on pass. This 5 doesn't matter though, so it's essentially just 10 points. It's at 10 points of carryover from Renfri, but she's gone. So that is a lot of his power bled out. I don't think he had to lead her there at all, depending on what his hand is. Maybe he has like 3 cards he's unwilling to play, but that would seem very weird to me. True water. We still have water leader, which we really shouldn't have at this point. Like he went we got rid of all of his leaders. We got rid of Renfri and we got rid of Renfri leader in exchange for playing Lock. That's incredibly worth it. Is that a problem? Yes, it is. I guess we just go Zoltan. He's not going to be able to hit anything else, and then if we get rid of these, maybe it scares him out of the round. He does get that +5, so we don't win up a card. Now we can't just like Roland and stuff, whatever he wants to play as his combo. We'll be able to Heatwave something. It's +5. So I think Cat Witcher's the play here. We're gonna ping him by 2 with Zoltan, so we only need 4 points.
That's right. I like fighting with style.
We have Water, Leader, Onomancy for something. We've got Monroe. This looks like a good hand for round 3. We should be set up because we bled out. Well, we didn't bleed it out. He played all of his good cards already, I think. At least most of them. So we should be kind of set. This is a really good hand, too. Alright, we're just going to open up with Waters and probably Water and Leader for the whole shebang here. Full engines going. We'll see if he can keep up here. He should have a somewhat difficult time doing so. Let's see what his play is going to be. There's the Roland. We could Heatwave Roland. I think we will. Without him, I think he'll struggle to get coins. If he struggles to get coins, then his whole plan's going to be messed up. Let's go, buddy. We'll hold all day here. Dwarven Chariot. And we're just going to get Harmony every turn and try and use our engines to the best of their ability. Wish he would go a little faster, but you know, he's got decisions to make. Let's go here with Monroe, do double transform. Could Purify, but I'd rather get this going instead. He might have 3 poisons, in which case we still get the Peller value. And if he kills this, we can, like this, we can trigger our machine category again with another Dwarven Chariot, which is definitely the best card left in our deck. But first we'll go Chameleon here, because if you can't kill Chameleon, it's an insane amount of engine value.
This dance you will never forget.
There's the Mata. Alright, so we've got our engines all set up here. We'll just throw in and get our Dwarven Chariot, the second one, since he killed the other one. That'll trigger all of our harmonies. We can replay the Chameleon. We can retransform with Monroe. And at this point, we're just cranking out so many points per turn that I'm not sure how he's going to keep up. Like, we were at 50, we're at a 50-point advantage here. I don't know what he has. Like, Igni, probably, we lose 20. That's annoying, but it's not going to be enough to let him catch up. He's already Renfried. So once he can't control our engines, we start stacking them all up here. It gets a little bit out of control, which is our goal here. We want to have a whole bunch of engines proccing Harmony all the time. Treasure
The old
Huntress.
smell of seagull shit.
That's not gonna count. That's not gonna cut it. Let's throw it on our last Berserker here. Once he passes. And we're gonna keep pinging away at his cards. Keep getting our own points up here with the Chameleon. And we should be good. Chameleon will replay itself. Some more harmony points. Fire some more pings at him. And we still have Peller in case he's got poisons left. And then we have our Dusk Aspect, which will trigger harmonies and be our finisher card. Igni's still kind of scary, by the way, but he probably has it. But it won't be enough, which is the good thing here. Any minute now, we'll see what he's going to play. Alright, so we'll just go give this an armor, go Chameleon again. Might as well throw down our Peller at this point and purify one of these coin things off. And with this 50-something point advantage here, we should be fine. 61 points. Like, even Igni's not going to... Like I said, Igni's not going to cut it. And then we've got our Dusk Aspect here, which will play for like another 20. And that'll be a GG. We just need to actually see him play his cards. And you can see here, the amount of points we get from Harmony can still be insane. The only issue with the deck is you need those engines to stay alive. But you have stuff like the Lock and the Water, which really helps you get engines going. And we'll see here in a minute just what we finish at, depending on what his last cards are. There's a Kurt. That's not going to do anything. Okay, that does do something. We lose the Beast tag Harmony procs because now the Chameleon's back to being a Beast, so we have a Beast. Dusk Aspect doesn't give us anything, but you know what? That's fine. We're up by 52. We're going to go up by even more in a minute here, and there's no way he has enough points to catch us. Play this back here, I guess. We'll play up here. It blocks more damage on Igni, not that it matters. And we'll see what his last card is. 70 points will not be happening no matter what card it is, though. And this will be a GG. And there is the lovely guy, and that's not enough. GG. So what do I think about the deck? What would I change? The main issue with the deck tends to be consistency. And as you can see here, we only have the Ownermancy really for consistency for like thinning and stuff. And that's kind of the biggest issue. But then again, if we're running Lock and the Dwarf package and Water, there's not really anything we can do about that because we don't have enough provisions for other stuff. The only real thing is you can like cut Dusk Aspect and Ida to throw in Triss and get a unit, but that doesn't help too much because our key cards like Lock and Water, which one's an artifact and one's special. So you can't really like tutor these guys out too easily, which is kind of the biggest weakness. So the other option would be like thinning of some kind, but it's hard to fit in here. So that's the biggest weakness, obviously, is this consistency. I've had, I think, one game where we didn't draw Lock, Ownermancy, or Water by round 3, which was, obviously, that's a loss because we're missing so many provisions. But other than that, it hasn't been too bad. Ownermancy really does help, and you just gotta match your cards in here. It's hard to play this kind of stuff without the thinning. But then again, you can't run decks like this if you have the thinning, right? You have too many provisions tied up in your thinning cards. So that's kind of the issue. But overall, the deck did very well when I was playing it. It did pretty well. You can see in the games there, we actually had... Did we win every game? I think we did. We actually think we won every game in the video. That's unusual. Usually it's closer like a 60% win rate over the games I've played, but I mean, I'll take it. Just know that in reality, it's not a 100% win rate deck. It just, those were some interesting games we had. But yeah, overall, I do like the deck. This is the Scoia'tael deck I've been playing this season. There's some changes to it, but it's pretty interesting. If you want a better deck, by the way, I'll say this part here. The probably best way to play Harmony is go Guerilla Tactics, cut this, and then you go like this. You type in Renfri, and then you go like this. And then you don't want this card anymore, probably. And you probably also don't want the Cat Witchers or the Hawk Pellers. Okay, then we go Saskia. I'm just going to show you this deck real quick. Saskia. We want that. Milva, we do want as well. Geralt, Igni, Rune Mage, Triss, I guess we can cut the Milva from this. We don't need Milva here. I'll cut Ida for sure too, though. Ida, this all seems normal-ish. We'll cut Milva. And then you fill in the units here. Usually I see this guy as a Witcher. And then something else here. We'll just put in Cat Witcher. Make sure there's 13, or make sure there's the right number of categories for Saskia Commander. But a deck like this is probably the best Harmony deck currently, because it has Renfri in it. So, just going to point that out to you. Let me check. We have Beast, Dwarf, Dryad, Machine, Witcher, Human, Gnome, Dragon. So we have one more category in here, but you guys can fit that in here. Just put out, I don't know, take out the Cat Witchers and put in something different. But yeah, something like this is probably the best Harmony deck, but it has Renfri in it, and I don't like Renfri, so we went with Harmony. We're just tired of Renfri, honestly. But yeah, I just want to point that out. That's probably a better Harmony deck overall. But if you want to play something with the scenario, because the scenario is a pretty card, which is kind of the logic here, and water, because I like water, more of a traditional type deck, you can run this. Just know that there's a little bit of an issue with the consistency on it. We didn't run into it in the games here, but know that it does exist. And it's very hard to fix, because we have a scenario into special, so it's hard to find them. Without Ownermancy, just know that. But overall, I do really like this deck, and hope you guys enjoyed the video. Saw some different decks in this one. And we'll be back next time with another deck. That'll be it for this one, guys. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next time. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more. And you can check out some more videos over here. And thanks for watching.